This week's cold case is on Daniel Barter. Daniel Barter went missing June 18, 1959, from Perdido Bay, Alabama. As always, let's rewind back in time and see what was going on during 1959. President Eisenhower was our 34th president. February 3, 1959 was known as the day the music died, because Buddy Holly, Ritchie Valens, and J.P. Richardson passed away in a plane crash. Barbie was first sold in the U.S. in 1959. Alaska and Hawaii were admitted as our 49th and 50th states of America. Disney released the movie Sleeping Beauty into theaters in 1959. On June 18, 1959, in Perdido Bay, Alabama, which is located right on the Florida-Alabama line, a mother and a father were desperately and frantically looking for their 4-year-old son, Daniel Barter. Daniel, along with 3 of his siblings, his parents, and a cousin, decided to go on a camping trip that weekend down to Perdido Bay. It took them an hour to get there from their home in the 1700 block of Thrush Drive in Mobile, Alabama. When they got there, they set up camp and went to sleep. The next morning, June 18th, Daniel and his father walked to the local store to pick up some snacks and drinks. When they got back, Daniel and the other children got a drink for themselves, and then Daniel and his father were off to the side playing together, until Daniel's father got up to help Daniel's mom rig the fishing pole so that they could all go fishing. But about 10 minutes later, when Daniel's mom turned around, Daniel was gone. At first, Daniel's mother didn't worry. She knew he wouldn't have gone down by the water because he feared the water. She thought perhaps maybe he had gone off to play with some of the other children at the campsite. But when they searched and called for him and they couldn't find him, they alerted police. When the police arrived and they too couldn't find Daniel, they started to put together a search party. Over 500 people helped in this search for Daniel, 150 of which were law enforcement and firemen. The Navy brought in 115 men to search the waters and land by ship and helicopter. Bands of 25 teamed together and walked almost shoulder to shoulder, walking through the woods and swamps in search of Daniel. 3 champion bloodhounds were donated by a doctor, but unfortunately the dogs were unable to find a scent leading from the site. As a last resort, dozens of water holes were dynamited in an effort to bring up a body, and large alligators in the area were hunted down and killed so stomach contents could be examined. All of this was done, but Daniel was still missing. By this time, everyone started to consider the possibility that perhaps Daniel may have been kidnapped. Let's go over the kidnapping theory. A month before Daniel vanished, his mother saw a suspicious vehicle parked in front of their home. When she approached the car to investigate, the man driving it covered his face with a newspaper before driving away. A neighbor had also claimed they had seen a man peering into the bedroom window of the Barter's house where the boys slept, including Daniel. The police investigated this and they took photographs, and they also made casts of footprints that they found underneath the window. And lastly, the morning before Daniel disappeared, his mother took him and one of his brothers to the store. She left them in the car, and when she returned, Daniel's brother told her that a man had parked next to them and stared at the boys for a while without speaking to them, and then he drove off. Daniel's family believes that these incidents are linked to Daniel's disappearance and that he may have been abducted by someone who was stalking their family. This is an age progression picture of what Daniel may look like today at 68 years old. Daniel Barter went missing June 18, 1959 from Perdido Bay, Alabama. He was 4 years old, he was 3 foot, he weighed 50 pounds, he had brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information, call 251-972-8589. If you like this video, give it a like. Also, follow and/or subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Make sure to check out our shorts and reels as we post daily. And if you have a cold case that you want covered, be sure to let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.